WWE looking to stop indie wrestling promotions from piggybacking on their WrestleMania events this calendar year of 2015 and in 2016. That's the report that's going around right now. We're going to talk a little bit about that for a few minutes. Your host right here, Black Avenger, a.k.a. the Black Azrael, Lee Sanders. Thanking you all for checking out this excerpt. Yes, according to a report by the Wrestling Observer, and as I always like to tell our longtime subscribers of ours here on YouTube, take what you hear with a grain of salt, but this comes from wrestling personality Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. He's reporting that WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara, California may see the doors to the Levi Stadium open as early as 1:30 p.m. local time. Reason being is that WWE is looking to combat the other afternoon indie wrestling events of the year. WWE is really planning to lock down venues in the city of Dallas, particularly in 2016 for WrestleMania 32, as they've been trying to keep indie promotions from piggybacking on WrestleMania. So you hear that, and you're saying to yourself, what kind of crap is this? Now look, myself, my broadcast partner, Titus Machiavelli, we always jump out there and tell you guys to do what you can to support all forms of wrestling, especially on the free agent market, as that's what we're dubbing it now, and that's largely in part to a great conversation that we had with Jeff Jarrett, which you can catch available on our channel right now in our guest exclusives playlist section. But you hear that and you just can't help but say to yourself, if this is really true, why is WWE trying to operate like this? Now, look, WrestleMania tickets, it's not as if their tickets are affordable for people of all ages, all races, different type of financial background, whether you're poor, middle income, high income. It's not like the WrestleMania tickets are affordable. I mean, you have to pay a pretty hefty penny to get a hold of some WrestleMania tickets, all right? And even at that, even if you have the money for ringside seats, I mean, it's a case of making sure that you get on top of those tickets as early as humanly possible, or maybe if you know somebody that knows somebody, that's usually the way it kind of pans out nowadays when you're trying to get those WrestleMania tickets, because those things will sell out very fast. You have people from like all over the country that's trying to come to that one event that happens once a year. And honestly, a lot of the wrestling promotions that's out there, especially on the independent circuit, Mark, they know that there are people out there that unfortunately cannot go to WrestleMania because the prices are just too damn high. So they try to give folks a little bit of an alternative by checking out their brand. But also at the same time, while putting that awareness on their brand in hopes that they'll get a new following, they're also trying to offer a friendly alternative to those that simply can't go to WWE. So, I mean, it's not like a lot of these independent promotions that's out there is looking to do serious harm. It's not like they're standing out in front of the stadium wherever WrestleMania is being held and they're saying, hey, come on down to OVW or come on down to NRW. It's not like they're doing that. I mean, that's definitely against the law for starters. It's not like they're in front of the stadiums where WrestleMania is going to be held and they're saying, hey, buy this Undertaker limited edition t-shirt, or hey, buy a OVW t-shirt. No, they're not even doing that. They're promoting their own events that's happening just maybe a few minutes away from the WrestleMania venue, right? And then here's the beautiful part. Nobody, at least last I checked, if it's a different story, let me know, for those of you that love to make your rounds checking out independent wrestling and all that. But from what I remember over the years, no promotion that's out there dares to try to go head to head with WrestleMania while they're throwing their event. Way before, yes, but during WrestleMania, no. Maybe on another night, possibly. But if this report is true that WWE is trying to operate this way, then I say shame on WWE, because I know a lot of people that can't go to these WrestleMania pay per view events, but will actually go to the city where WrestleMania is being held. Check out some of these local events that's going on. It's opportunity for them as well to meet some of their all-time favorite wrestlers that they grew up with, and they go back to their hotel, they order WrestleMania, and that's pretty much it. Now, look, if you're one of those type of people that's out there and you're trying to get your stuff in order to check out WrestleMania, like I always will tell anybody, and this is the best advice I can give somebody, if you find you cannot go to the actual WrestleMania event, you got the next best thing. You got all the local wrestling events that's going to be coming out there. You're going to have the wrestling celebrities come out there for some exclusive autograph signings, things of that nature. Take advantage of that. If you can scrap up a little bit of money to at least do WrestleMania weekend access, I hear that's fantastic. If you can't do the full weekend, just one of those days alone is worth the experience. I know we were talking to Shocking Undertaker guy, Ellis Emba, and he was just talking about how awesome of an experience that was. And he went on record. He said, if you can't do WrestleMania, at least do Access. It's a fantastic experience, one that you won't regret. So take advantage of that, at least, on top of all the other events that's going to be happening that WrestleMania weekend, and then retire to your hotel room at the touch of a button on your remote control. Order the WrestleMania event, or better yet, make sure if you already have the WWE Network, which is only $9.99 a month, all right, then all you really need to worry about is making sure that you have Wi-Fi access. So if you don't want to use up a lot of your respected data plan for your mobile phone, then make sure the hotel that you're staying at has free Wi-Fi capabilities. If you have to pay a little extra, whatever, however you got to do it, make it work. Check out the WrestleMania event on your respected mobile, tablet device, and there you go, you win. But I really, really am hoping that this report is false. But I had to comment on this because it's just something that kind of just got me all nice and worked up, because I know a lot of people, some I consider to be friends, that are on the independent circuit, and it's their ultimate goal to maybe one day get into the WWE, and for WWE to kind of operate like this, it's supposed to be a thriving business for everybody, with WWE leading the way. But, maybe one could kind of make the argument that the way WWE kind of operates themselves, they want to try to act as if they're the only North American wrestling promotion that's out there. Oops, I said the W word. I know that's a word that's kind of taboo for them nowadays. But, I mean, regardless of the situation, I just think it's kind of silly how they don't acknowledge TNA, they don't acknowledge Ring of Honor, they don't acknowledge New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's a lot of promotions that they will not acknowledge. It's like they only acknowledge the ones that they bought out, and I think that's just a silly mentality, quite honestly, because unfortunately, for them, they're really missing out, and in a sense, they're kind of cheating the audience, whereas the other promotions that I just mentioned, they'll do the WWE references, and they do it out of respect. So I hope this calendar year going forward from WWE, we see a lot more from the big Stanford, Connecticut company, acknowledging those other promotions, those out that's out there, acknowledging Dragon Gate, acknowledging Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, acknowledging House of Hardcore by Tommy Dreamer. So many great promotions that's out there. Let me not also forget about the women promotion, Shimmer, WSU, Shine Wrestling. A lot of great promotions that's out there. But now that I've got the ball rolling on this topic, what are you all's thoughts? Post them down below and let me know what you think. We'll follow up on our next live edition web show of the RCWR show, which you can catch right here Mondays at 11:15 p.m. Eastern or immediately after WWE Raw goes off the air. Join myself and my broadcast partner, the evil genius of professional wrestling, a wrestling manager at that, Titus Machiavelli. We'll be talking key points from Raw, sprinkled in with some headlines, also include you all's interactions. Always a fantastic show, so make sure you join us for that. Not to mention, coming up Monday, January 19th, is going to be our next live Q&A edition of the RCWR show. So if you have a really great question you'd like for us to tackle, you can post them down below. Use the hashtag RCWR show so we know to address it on that live Q&A. Follow us on Twitter at the RCWR show, Facebook, Infinity One Productions. That's Infinity with an E, spell out one. Infinity One Productions. Give that page a like while you're on there. Great content that we post. And be sure to check out our newly designed Infinity One Productions website. That's Infinity with an E once again. But this go around, make sure you just put in the actual one. All the links you need, in case you miss all that, is in this episode description. Make sure you like this, as when you like it, you're basically showing your support for us, the YouTube uploaders. All right, so definitely do that. Share this a number of ways by Facebooking, Google Plusing it, retweeting it. As always, it's one of the many ways you can spread a good word about our content. We do have podcast episodes available for you all on the downloads, so make sure you definitely check out the links at the bottom. Until next go round, Black Avenger, aka the Black Azrael Lee Sanders here, wishing all of you all to be safe and most importantly be kind to one another. We'll see you next go round. Everybody take care.